always feeling to notice me. I grab onto my elbow so use it to warm my freezing heart. And on cold sweat pushes me now. Oh, I just wanna live sweet. The concrete towns all same day. To a far distant star, as the moon I fly away. All I say will be true. We're no cages of ours, a volume of.
Hey there guys, Rick here and welcome back for the last chapter of Bleach. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Darkbender, that happened like a month ago, why are you making a video of it now? And I'd just like to say, it's because it's me. I never get a chapter out on time, except for like once in a blue moon. But other than that, I'm always late, anywhere between 1 week to about 2 months. This is just what should be expected by now. Also, my garage where I was recording was way harder than it normally was. So that's why I didn't record, because I would have died. I would have gotten heat stroke, passed out, and died. But yeah, let's just stop at that and like actually get to this chapter. It's great. So the chapter starts off with these soulless eyes staring at us. And then we see I almost called her Hiyori. We see Hiyori come into like the old visor hat on and seeing this kid. And then she just says like, "What are you doing in here? You gotta get out." And apparently he runs, because he just kind of says like he runs, that little turret runs like the wind. And it's just like, okay, that all seemed kind of pointless. But it's kind of weird that they're still living in the visored hideout. Like, you'd think that at some point they'd either get like a better house, or just go back to living in the Soul Society, since they are like Lieutenant and Captain class Shinigami. You'd think they'd go back there. But no, they're still living in this dump. Well, at least the ones that don't have a position. And then we get a full title spread page in color. And it's nice. It's like it's a nice color page. Like, I normally don't like color pages. Like with the last chapter of Naruto, I didn't really like it in color. Kind of thought it looked dumb. But I mean, it might just be Kubo, but I think he does great with like color, like just having color pages. I think he does a great job with them, except for the times when the pages are mostly white. And then we see Byakuya and Sorfun going towards like where like the Yuha's Ryatsu was at, and oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. I mean, seriously, it's like the beginning of September, cooled down like 5 degrees. So it turns out Mayuri was already on the scene, and he just kind of like looks and is just like, "Oh, I don't remember telling you guys about this." And then Byakuya is just like, "Oh, is the information that we got accurate?" And he's just like, "I don't know, well, look at it with your own eyes." And that's when they actually noticed the giant eyeball. Yeah, kind of weird that they didn't see that when they were first running up, and they actually had to ask about it. But then we come back to the Kurosaki clinic, and we see Ichigo still there. So either he's a doctor now and owns the place, or he's just like a slacker and Ishin's just letting him live there. Because I think at this point Ichigo's like 27. Like, that's all enough to get his own place. So maybe this is his place, and like Ishin moved out and just like gave it to Ichigo. And then we see Rukia and Reggie show up, and oh my gosh, Rukia is just adorable in that dress. And she just kind of says like, "Oh, this place is as popular as ever," and Ichigo just kind of says like, "That's a good thing that no one's here, because that means no one's dying or in need of medical attention." Like when they walk inside, they see like Mizurio, Tatsuki, and Keiga all there, because it turns out that they're all getting together for some big party or whatever. And we see Yuzu and Karin show up, and oh god, Karin's stacked. Like, her boobs are huge. Oh, sorry, I got distracted for a little bit. Rukia just kind of says like, "Oh man, you guys have gotten so big." I think she's talking about Cobra. And then they're talking about how like the match is about to start, and oh, Karin's boobs are freaking great. Like, she's just leaning over the couch. Man, they just look amazing. And it turns out the reason that they've all gathered together is to watch Chad in a boxing match. Oh yeah, because that was the motivation he had through the entire series. Just Chad's always been talking about how he wants to be a professional boxer. Yeah, kind of just seems like it came out of nowhere. Like, he does seem like a guy who would be into boxing, but he's never even said the word boxing. He's never even talked about it before. So why? Just it doesn't. Why not spend time on something else? But I mean, let's talk about something real quick. Okay, so Chad's always been like one of the weakest characters in the entire series. But compared to a normal human, it'd be sort of like if you took Krillin and had him fight Super Saiyan God Gogeta fused with Whis. I think that's a pretty good power. That's like a pretty good power scale. Then we see Uryu, who's apparently a doctor now, which that actually makes sense. Because you want to be a doctor until you've learned because of what Ryukin was doing to Kiragaya's, I think that's her name, to Uryu's mom's body, but now he knows what it was for, so he's just more like, oh, maybe I could be a doctor, that sounds cool. Well, which, it's a motivation that makes sense. Ichigo's never talked about being a doctor, it's not even confirmed if he is a doctor. It's just kind of something that's sort of maybe implied. And it turns out like he's on his like lunch break or whatever, and he's just like watching Chad's match on his phone. Which, I mean, couldn't he just like zip over to Ichigo's house for like 10 minutes? I mean, let's be honest, Chad's not going to take more than one punch to take out any human. He could just zip there and then come right back. And then we hear it starting Orihime, and it's just like, ugh. Orihime doesn't even look different. Like, I mean, hey, it's confirmed. They had sex, that's how they got Karui. I wanted Ichigo and Rukia to get together, but no, it turns out to be Reggie and Rukia. Fine, whatever. I didn't even expect Rukia and Ichigo to get together. Let's be honest, no one really did, but many of us hoped it. So Ichigo asked, like, Ichigo asked Orihime if she's in Kazui anymore, which is the name of their son. And she's just like, oh, according to Tsubaki, he just got back from snooping around Hiyori's place, which, that's actually a really good idea, using the little fairies that you have to watch over your kid. Because let's be honest, kids are stupid, they get into a lot of places. So say if there's like he accidentally knocks his ball into the street and there's a car coming at him, and no one's around to shove him out of the way and die for him, then Tsubaki could just cut the car in half, and like it would just like skid around. And Yuzu says that like, they say like that he's in Ichigo's old room, which is now Yuzu's room, and she's just like, oh, it's okay. He loves hanging out in there, it's fine, whatever, you know? And then Karin just says like, oh, so he gets a free pass like Ichigo, and then for some reason Karin gets super embarrassed? Like, she starts pinching Karin's cheek, and it's just like, why? I don't even guess what's being implied here. Like, I have brothers and sisters, and I get more annoyed when they go into my room. There's nothing embarrassing about that. Ichigo just kind of asks like Rukia and Reggie, like, oh, weren't you guys supposed to bring your kid over too? Which, yeah, confirmed, Reggie and Rukia which is confirmed, Rukia and Reggie had sex. Yay. You know, I just thought of something really demented. Kind of suck, I feel like, when... I just had the image of him going Bankai, and his dick turning into the old, the Ho-Oh Zabimaru, and... never mind, I'm just gonna stop talking about that now. But it turns out she's just gone. And Rukia's just kind of like, oh, don't worry, she's a Shinigami. With normal humans as her opponent, she can easily kill all of them. Which is just like, that's not a good... Also, like, why does that even matter? Like, humans can't see her. But again, like, that's a really weird way to look at it. You just have a child going around with a sword and magical powers, and you're expecting her to fight people and win. Normal people. It's just weird. And then we see Kazui, and oh, what is up with him and the soulless stares? It's just, this kid's just creepy in general. And then we see like a hole open up in Kazui's room, and like the eyeball like coming out of it. And then we come back to the Soul Society, and we see like the like Yuha's power exploding up, and then Kazui just puts his hand in the hole, and it explodes. Which turns out it got rid of the rest of Yuha's power, so What a major letdown. We see Aizen back in Muken, and it's just kind of like is it Muken? Yeah, it's Muken. And it's just kind of like, why is Aizen down there? Like, could he not like escape, or was he like knocked out by Yuha's power? And you'd think that they kind of like let him off a little easier, since he kind of helped save the world. Like, maybe like reduce his sentence by like 2,000-ish years or something, or let him off now. I mean, let's be honest, with the Soul King oh my gosh, what about the Soul King? Who's the new Soul King? Is it Aizen? Did they just like did Aizen somehow become the Soul King and then they just locked him away? Is that what happened? I mean, the Soul King can't move anyway, so why not lock him up? It's just, this last chapter sucks. And Aizen's just talking about like how the last vestiges of Yuha's powers disappeared. And then we get a flashback to Ichigo cutting Yuha in half. And we see like Yuha just saying like, the path to a world without fear, where humans don't have to fear death. Which, I'm just going to say this now. Yuha, you exist in a world where reincarnation is a thing. So it kind of doesn't matter if humans fear death, because they're going to be okay. Now, I'm not going to go into like religion or anything like, oh, I mean, people are scared of death even if they do believe, or they're not scared of death even if they don't believe in an afterlife. I'm just saying, people are scared of death. But in your world specifically, death has no consequences. You will go to the Soul Society, you will live out a long, long existence there, and then you'll die there. And then you'll come right back to the human world. Like, I even think, like a couple chapters ago, I made a joke about Yamamoto being like turned into like a little boy, and we might see him in the last chapter, which kind of would have been cool, like somehow like confirm like, oh, this is Yamamoto as a child, which, to be honest, would have been kind of cool, you know? But this last chapter sucks. And like, Yuha's trying to do like the whole thing where he's like pushing the blame off onto Ichigo. But it's just sort of like, it really doesn't work. Because Yuha killed... So he's talking about like how, oh, it's your fault, people will fear death forever. But in wake of trying to get rid of death, or the fear of death, he scared thousands of Shinigami along with slaughtering them. It's just like, Yuha, you're obviously the bad guy here. There's no reason for you to try and change how death works, because it's fine. Reincarnation. Yuha's plan was really dumb. But he like goes on to say like, oh, well, I just wanted to bring all the worlds together, like Hueco Mundo, Soul Society, the human world, a place where death doesn't exist. Which, if you think about it, that'd like get really overpopulated, and would people even be able to have children then? No, because they'd all be existing at the same time. And like the reincarnation just thing kind of works like, oh, we're having a baby, and then the soul goes into that baby, and then I think that's how it works. I don't really remember. But it's just, Yuha's plan is really dumb. And Aizen just goes on to say like, there are very special people who transcend fear, who have something very special about them. And that very special name is courage. Yeah, you're really gonna go the Soul Eater route, huh? Well, the anime version, I guess, where it's just courage and then punch, and then it's all over. Like, that's the special thing. And then we see someone coming out of the hole, and we see Abare Ichika, a Shinigami apprentice, which is Ichigo. I mean, not Ichigo, Rukia and Renji's daughter. Which she's adorable. Well, I mean, she's kind of like Rukia's face. Like a little, like with a smidget of Renji in there, along with like Renji-ish hair. Like she even has kind of like a lightning boltish design on her Zanpakuto, which that'd kind of be cool. Like having someone else who has the lightning-based powers, other than in Chojuro, who died without even being able to use it. And she asks him, "And you are?" And he says, "Oh, I'm Kazui Kurosaki. I'm kind of a Shinigami too." And I'm just gonna say this, Kubo. You get points for the baby tenses on Getsu. You get points for that, I'm just saying. But it's just kind of weird that Kazui can turn into that whenever he wants. I mean, Ichigo needed the substitute badge to go out to turn into a Shinigami, but I guess, like, he's born with his powers not restricted, like, latent out for him. Maybe Ichigo stabbed him with a sword and unlocked him for him. Maybe, and, like, he's just, like, I don't know. I mean, it could work like Fullbring, like, I'm pretty sure, like, Orihime's power is similar to Fullbring, if not Fullbring. And they can activate that whenever they want, so it could just be, like, a mixture of the two. So could be how he does it. I don't know. And then we get the last panel of this series. The last panel of this series that has been going on for 15 years. What? Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the. That's the end of this. It's the end of the series. You know what? Fuck it. Who cares? I don't. I just read like. I just got a ton of time into this series. Google has just been drawing it for 15 years. People have just been spending this. But hey, Karin's tits are amazing. Best part of the chapter, seeing her boobs, amazing. They were great. Worth this chapter. Hey, at least we have the special announcement or whatever. What is it about? What? Oh well, fuck you. Oh well, fuck you.
見えけていたのは百影の空マイナス100度のすれ違う視線に凍てつく心臓を握りしめた手はギラギラ